Hello and welcome to Freedom and Privacy Weekly. I wasn't able to shoot last week simply for the fact that I was sick as a dog. I had stomach flu or some shit like that. But before we get into things, right, really big week, especially for those in the UK. My hat, Save Europa. Also got a lot of different merch on freedomsfraternity.com. Not only can you wear the revolution, but you can connect with the like-minded, a whole bunch of different chats and everything, and different resources. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into things. There was $215 million that was liquidated last week. Whole bunch of over-leveraged traders not knowing what they're doing, essentially. And then Trump went to the UAE. And essentially, they're like, hey, we're going to invest $1.4 trillion in the United States over a 10-year period. Which we don't really know where that money is going exactly right now. Just promises. We don't know if this will actually go through, right? It's going to really piss off Israel for establishing peace in the Middle East. But we'll see. Remember to remain skeptical over everything, because those in power hate you. But like I predicted also months and months and months ago, or I predicted, I told you, that mass immigration was simply a tool to establish and freak out people, get them to want to accept a digital ID. Right? Because no normie was going to accept it if there wasn't a crisis. Same thing with the Patriot Act 9/11. Right? They want you to be fear-porned so you will accept the chains of slavery. Right? Because that's what a digital ID is, and it's the precursor to the central bank digital currency, where they have full financial control over you and can freeze all your assets at a click of the button. They can program your money to have a time limit. Let's say you have to spend X amount of money within the next 3 years, otherwise, poof, it's gone. Right? They'll market it as, oh, recession will be a thing of the past, oh, this, oh, that, but they won't tell you the truth. Same with the Patriot Act. Patriot Act has saved nobody, stopped 0 terrorist attacks, merely a ploy to steal your freedoms and your liberty. Everybody who pushed that shit, traitors to this country. No ifs, ands, or buts about it to me. But that is my opinion. And the UK announced, hey, you know that mass immigration? You know our open borders? Here's how we're going to prevent it. We're going to use a digital ID so you can't do shit without one. Yeah, once again, bullshit, right? They planned the crisis and then now offer you a solution, which is slavery. Everybody involved in that should meet the gallows, right? That might get me banned on YouTube for saying that, but enough of the pandering, right? They are not our God. They are not our parents. They have no say in what I spend my money on, how I save my money, anything. They are not the arbitrators of my freedom and my liberty. And a revolution is on the horizon, right? How many more years is it going to take for people just to get spit on and overtaxed and have everything stripped from them? They're just asking. We won't get into it. We had 2 funny quotes this week. First one from Katie Martin of the Financial Times. My teeth are scarce, and yet they're not worth $1 billion. Now, hear me out. I agree. Bitcoin is a useless piece of... Right? It is not future-proof. It does nothing. It has no underlying economies. It has no underlying value. Not only is the stick of it being scarce not going to be a thing, simply for the fact that miners can't survive off of fees alone. And BlackRock knows this. BlackRock puts this in its advertisement. We cannot guarantee that it will only ever be 21 million. Right? Bitcoin is centralized. Let's be so for real right now. The way you secure the network, mining, all belongs to these huge companies that can afford the ASIC research, that can afford these huge mining facilities. And guess what? The government can go, hey, censor this transaction. Hey, do this. Hey, do this network upgrade. It's a horrible system, and Bitcoin was just the test net, right? It was just the test net for Monero. These people that worship Bitcoin like it's God. Insane to me. It's like talking to a brick wall. You can show them a list of facts, a list of evidence, but nothing gets through them. And some people deserve what's coming to them. If you have listened to even just one episode of mine, seen any of my tweets about Bitcoin, and you weren't just like, is there any validity to this? Let me do my own research. And you get wrecked long term, I'm not sorry. I'm not going to feel bad for you. Everybody gets what they deserve. Everybody gets a life that they deserve. Everybody gets what they deserve. Right? And at the end of the day, not my responsibility. I don't care. But, yeah. Edge Wallet, right? They have Monero. Haven't really used them personally. I more so use Exodus and then Cake Wallet. They're adding a distress pin, a distress mode, right? Somebody breaks into your house, some big old burly man, and start beating you, telling me, "Send me your fucking crypto, unlock your fucking wallet." You enter in a pin, and it goes to a dummy wallet. Have a couple thousand bucks on there. Enough for them not to kill you. And then they take off, and you're good. And your life is saved. Because now you're not going to be homeless because they stole all your fucking money. Now, if you were a dumbass that posted your balance online and how much you have, you talk about how much you have, the distress pin is not going to work. It's just simply not going to work. Right? They know how much you have. This little dummy wallet is going to get your fingers chopped off. We'll get into that. But the other quote that we saw this week was Michael Saylor. Sell too, if you must. But keep the Bitcoin. Right? Bro, please don't sell. My entire company, my Ponzi scheme, will collapse. People find out. Please, sell everything. Buy it. Pump my bags. Please, Wall Street. Please. Bitcoin's going to $1 billion. No, it's a Ponzi scheme, and I am merely 22 years old, and yet I can see through the smoke and mirrors, the lies, the deception that this esteemed fucking idiot says. Right? During the .com bubble. I wasn't alive back then, but I'm smart enough to do my own fucking research like all these Bitcoiners say. He is the biggest fraud known to mankind. Sue me. Right? But this young entrepreneur sent MicroStrategy to the sky back in the .com bubble and then went crashing down. Because guess what? He cooked the books. He evades taxes. He does all this sketchy shit. And yet people praise him like he's fucking Jesus. It's insane to me that these people just have the fucking asshole of a Michael Saylor and they're just going and just praying that he'll pump their fucking back. Some big news this week. Steak and Shake is now accepting Bitcoin. Right? It sounds good on surface. Until we peel back the layers. And that seems to be all of crypto here. Because it is the Lightning Network. That centralized piece of shit that fails all the time. That's how they're accepting Bitcoin. And any Bitcoin that's sent is converted immediately into fiat. Are you winning, son? Is this the peer-to-peer cash that you were promised? Sure doesn't fucking seem like it. Listen, I know a lot of merchants. I know a lot of people. And any merchant that accepts Lightning, not only does nobody fucking pay with it because it's a horrible user interface, horrible user experience, but it is expensive, it fails, it sucks, it causes so many different headaches. But listen, you can get a Bitcoin branded burger with a centralized system called Lightning. That's no different from PayPal. But guys, we have Bitcoin burgers. Guys, we won. Guys, we eliminated third parties, right? We have a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, right? We won. We're beating the banks, right? Right? We're not begging them to pump our bags and ETF and
Please don't delist Bitcoin. Please don't sell. Please don't sell. Sell it to. Sell it to. Sell it to. Please, please buy, bro. Please buy my fucking bags, bro. Please. No business depends on it.
These over-leveraged idiots are gonna get fucking destroyed, man. And it's gonna be so satisfying to see and shit on them. I'm sorry, call me a shitty person. I don't care. But Monero report. Reto Swap, the decentralized P2P exchange, where you can send Cash App to somebody and they can send you Monero, any payment method, is hitting new all-time highs almost daily, if not weekly. Right? Fuck KYC. Know your customer. The anti-money laundering laws that happened during 9/11. Fuck them, man. If I want to buy $1,000 worth of Monero, and I'll have the government know, I should be able to fucking do that shit. Go fuck yourself. Right? My channel is about freedom and liberty. And it is none of your business how I spend my money, who I donate to. And that is all we have to agree on. Is that my money is none of your fucking business. That's all we have to agree on. We don't have to agree on our politics. We don't have to agree on nationalism, of Christianity. Nothing other than the tool that can save humanity. Put religion aside, put ideologicals aside, put politics aside. The one thing we can agree on is that Monero is a revolution that is going to change the course of history as we know it. End of discussion, right? We're all adults here. We shouldn't get offended at a word. We shouldn't be emotional about all this shit. We should be level-headed, listen to each other, and be like, that's a good idea. No, I don't agree on that, but I can agree on this. And be adults. I don't know why this chaos and childishness is so normalized in today's society, but we won't get into that. Coinbase got hacked. KYC, known as kill your customer. Addresses, IDs, anything, man. The social security number, phone, email, address, all your account data. Everything got leaked on Coinbase. But good thing that happened this week. FTX, the Ponzi scheme by Sam Bankman-Fried. I don't want you to be an anti-Semite, but don't Google early history on him. Don't you dare. FTX is going to distribute over $5 billion to creditors May 30th. Solid. Not expect that one. ChatGPT has more monthly users than Wikipedia. Right? We've seen the AI revolution. These past 2 years have just seen the AI revolution, right? I'd much rather use Grok than Google anything. It is fast, accurate, reliable. Wikipedia is, as we know it, horrible. Our teachers were right when I talk about Wikipedia. Oh. Now, everybody's hating on this flying car, right? And so help me God, if it becomes normalized, because not only will you have traffic on the ground, but you'll have it in the air, I will become Ted Kaczynski because I love my sunsets. I love my sunrises. Same with drone delivery. I'm becoming Ted Kaczynski on steroids. I need my clear blue sky. Fuck you if you want to take that away from me. This company has introduced a flying car. It's going to go on sale in 2026 for $800,000. I'm not going to lie. That shit's kind of dope, but I hope it stays really expensive. That way there's like none in the air, right? I don't want the common man to be able just to go, ooh, and get in the car crash or fucking do a 9/11 type shit, right? It's not going to bring the building down. But, like, I don't really see a future for this other than like a toy for rich people. This kid had $10 million in Bitcoin stolen. They destroyed his house. And he just got fucked up. Alright, he got into crypto during the 2021 bull run. He made hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars on altcoins. Founded a few projects. He bought a house, car, living the life, right? Posted on Instagram, trying to get bitches this way. Until he started posting about it on the gram, right? The biggest downfall we see of all these criminals, of these horrible people, is that they don't realize that posting about your crimes and your newfound wealth that came from stealing money from other people is going to target you. So, he went to Dubai, and he bragged about his C phrase being his bank account, right? So they broke in, they stole his vault, burned the house down, blah, blah, blah. Stole $10 million from him. And yet they have not caught him. Crazy. Should use Monero. Michael Burry has sold every position he owns except for one. I don't know what this means. Don't like stocks. Don't care. But it did happen. So, the hacker with Coinbase, so going back to that story, they bribed Coinbase support agents, some third worlders. They stole some user data and then said, give me $20 million or else we'll leak all this. And then Coinbase said, nuh-uh. They pulled out an Uno reverse card and put $20 million on his head. So, if I was any type of smart, I would want to redeem that. Trump's executive director of digital assets says crypto is the next generation of finance. Listen. The way it is the next generation of finance is that it becomes finance itself. It's going to replace the dollar and going to rewrite all the rules, destroy all of them that were in place. There's no putting limits on Monero. There's no laws and regulations. I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's freedom money. That's what financial freedom is you are free. There's nothing weighing you down, tying you down. There's nothing to hold over your head. Oh, we'll seize your assets. Oh, we'll freeze. Oh, well. They're powerless. They're left with their inbox out. We got a lot of different places for rent on XmrBazaar. Alia, huge person in the Monero community, moderator on XmrBazaar and whatever, did post a lot about different places that are like up for rent and the UK, Rome, Paris. And a lot of them look pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. Now, how the whole process would go, because I think you're still going to have to KYC, because I don't know if I would want a random stranger staying in my house, right? That could possibly lead to a whole bunch of different things. But, yeah, I mean, I guess reality, I would probably let it happen, only if I had, like, security cameras and they knew about it, but then it's, like, invasion of privacy, whatever. I only think that could work in a very high-trust society, but as we know, it's only possible if people of the same creed are in one area together. This could work in China. This can work in Japan. This can work any place where there's one nationality. Because I don't care what you think. People care about their people. Everybody loves their own people, and they're not going to rob and steal from them. It's plain and simple. Mixed race society, everybody steals from each other. Nobody has any morals or anything because they have no to their neighbor. But I digress. Don't have to agree with me on anything but Monero. Monero nodes for the past 24 hours have hit 14,568. You see, new nodes are just coming on constantly. Different miners and Monero 2 hash rate's been hitting all-time highs recently. I love to see it, because guess what? We're protecting the network from federal agents that hate us, that hate our coin. I see it as a win. I think everybody watching this video, everybody that follows me, should mine and run a node. Let's protect our fucking investment, baby. Binance got hacked last year. I didn't see anybody post about this on Twitter. They got hacked in 2024, and all their info is being sold on the dark web right now, almost a year later. And guess what they're selling it for? Monero! United States lost its credit rating. Right. If you couldn't tell, they're planning a financial crisis to implement a central bank digital currency to save you. Right? Air quotes on that one. Because it's going to be the end of freedom and liberty as you know it. And it's not going to be pretty. Schmidt. Every time I say Schmidt, I think of New Girl. Right? Released a new update to Monero.Eco. I still gotta make a video on this fucking website, man. But so they added an I on all the categories like market. I don't know why they added it, but they did. On market, like exchange, whatever. And then they added a little caution to work in progress, beta, alpha, on all the different projects. It kind of looks like ass. It kind of blocks the logo on everything. Should move it to like the side or something, but yeah, that's pretty cool. They added an infrastructure category page 2. Yeah, and then we saw an expose of Charles Hoskin today. He moved 318 million Cardano with no vote and explanation. Essentially, this silly little goose stole a lot of money from a lot of people. And listen, with all these coins, ADA, I remember I was invested into it. I was promised it would replace Ethereum and that it was so much superior and all this other bullshit. Really, all this crypto shit boils down to is just smoke and mirrors and Ponzi schemes. Like, how many years has Cardano been promising to revolutionize? How many years has XRP said shit? Ethereum, it doesn't do anything. Like, if we really look at it, what is Ethereum doing right now? It is merely a digital cash for rich people, right? These gamblers, Togi, Baron, anybody that's really rich just treats it like cash. Why? I don't fucking know, but everybody gambles with it for like stake and shit like that. So when Monero takes over, Ethereum is getting if you're holding any, dump it, right? Because we're supposed to see the whole burning mechanism pump Ethereum's price because they're consistently burning supply. But what we saw is it went down and then it went up into an inflation period. No number go up. Any holders have gotten absolutely wrecked. I loved Ethereum. Ethereum was the first crypto I ever put any money into. Yeah, but it got hijacked and the feds wanted it not to be proof of work anymore. The GPUs, which is extremely decentralized, to now move to proof of stake, which is essentially communism. Only the rich people can control the network. And I thought that was bullish at the time because of all the paid influencers on the timeline convincing everybody that it was a good thing. It was not a good thing. I remember the whole propaganda of, the environment. Ethereum mining is gonna destroy the planet. You saw how quickly that disappeared after they went proof of stake, and they silence anybody who starts talking about that narrative that they pushed about AI. Ethereum could have revolutionized finance, but as we know, in order to revolutionize finance, it needs to be cheap, it needs to be fast, and it needs to be private and decentralized. And yet, we have not seen that. Tari is not that. Xano is not that. The closest thing we see to that is Secret Network. Now, I have a few dollars in there. Nothing serious. I'm still Monero Maxi. I only hold it because it's staked, and I hate proof of stake. I hate it so much. But I bought it. I staked it. It's locked up. I don't care. It's basically a moon bag for me at this point. I want to see a CPU-based decentralized finance application like Ethereum. But until I see that, and I have not, I will only hold Monero. But yeah, guys, it wasn't a super busy week this week. Apologize about missing last week. I was so sick. I could barely get out of bed. It was just horrible. It feels so much better now. But yeah, very excited to see gambling coming back. I really do believe that this is going to send us on the price chart, which is going to bring more people in, which is going to be in quicker development for the Monero fund, which is going to mean more uses for XmrBazaar, more businesses listed, more people interact with, more minds to create stuff in the community. And I really want to dispel this whole narrative of number go up is bad, right? Monero has an underlying use case and underlying economies. Everything else doesn't. Like, number go up with Ethereum and Bitcoin is bad, and because there's nothing to direct these people towards afterwards. So they just sell for fiat, and it becomes a pump and dump Ponzi scheme. Anyways, yeah, I just want to thank you guys for giving me a voice, and I just hit 300 subscribers. It makes me really happy. I love creating content, and I hope people get something from it. I love building this community with you guys once again. Also, go to freedomsfraternity.com. I've been updating the site and trying to figure it out. Really, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to figure it out with you guys. Yeah, connect on there. Find some different resources. And yeah, follow me on X if you don't already. Monero Maverick, and then Sovereign Syndicate. Sovereign Send, I'll put it on the screen. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to live streaming on Kick soon too. I need to find like different cigars and maybe champagne, pop it, go cuckoo on live stream with Monero hitting all-time highs. Look, I want to celebrate simply for the fact that Monero has been delisted off of exchanges and now even wallets, the IRS bounty, and yet it is thriving, and I love that. It's a fuck you to all the frauds, the smoke and mirrors, the federal agents, the central banks. It's the biggest fuck you, dude. We're fucking free. You can't fucking push us down. You can't stomp out liberty and freedom. Fuck yourself, right? I'm obviously gonna take off the little mask. I'll have some shades on, a hat, and just smoking my little cigar. I've never smoked a cigar before, right? I've smoked a lot when I was a teenager. I haven't touched nicotine since some traumatic shit as a teenager that was forced me to quit. But I'm looking forward to it. I just think it looks cool. So, yeah. Looking forward to that. And, yeah, join the Monero Society on X. Best community. Every time you post, you see a little member in the Monero Society above. I think it's cool. I love connecting everybody, right? But, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm very excited about the future of Monero. Very. Yeah. Peace.